Hello, this is Blue Star, Defender of Equestria, and this is going to be a video about the Season 4 premiere, the new direction of the show, and what this has to do with the box. Yes, so it's pretty clear that My Little Pony Friendship is Magic is clearly taking a very different direction than they usually do. I mean, characters that normally don't get lines at all get lines, like the Royal Guard actually get to speak and talk. I mean, they got to speak in the Crystal Empire, but they didn't have much to do other than just say, just basically report to Princess Celestia. Here they actually have to talk to Princess Twilight and all that stuff. So that's cool, And obviously the bigger, much better example, this is Celestia actually gets dialogue and lines that actually describe how she feels about things. I mean, this is one of the few times that Celestia actually gets to describe how she felt about Nightmare Moon, about having to banish her own sister to the moon and everything. And one thing I noticed when she actually used the elements of harmony on Nightmare Moon / Luna is that she's actually crying. Aww. So obviously they're taking the show more in depth and going down roads that they haven't gone down before. But is this a good or a bad thing? Ooh. Because, as I've always stated, this is a show written for 6-year-old children, and let's face it, they're not adults. And writing for children and adults is just simply two completely different things. I'm certain that the Bronies are very happy by these 2 episodes, but I'm concerned that the 6-year-olds might be getting lost. The other thing that's kind of in a way bad about these episodes is that if you hadn't seen anything about Nightmare Moon or any of the previous My Little Ponies, you won't have a clue of what's going on. You'll be completely lost. So I don't know if this new direction the show's going down is going to be such a good idea. But then again, maybe it will. Certainly the Brony community will be very happy and will definitely enjoy this season, but I do think this is a make or break season for the show. That they're either going to make the show into something truly awesome or they're going to break it, because the 6-year-olds will just simply get left behind because there'll be just too much going on and stuff like that. And I have to say that this episode was also actually really heavy and scary as well. I mean, it's pretty clear that they're trying to make the invasion of Ponyville be kind of scary and stuff, you know? It's like when Rarity and Sweetie Belle basically run out of Karasu Boutique. It's like, oh my gosh, run! It's not like it was in Swarm of the Century where Rarity's just like standing in the room while the Parasprites are invading and messing up and everything, and she's just like screaming like, ah! It's all funny and stuff. It's like, no, there's nothing funny about in Ponyville being taken over and people and ponies having to run for their lives and stuff like that. But again, stuff like that's happened in the show before. Certainly the big one is Canterlot Wedding, where Canterlot was invaded by the changelings and ponies were being rounded up, and oh no, oh dear, and ooh, yeah, there were some not nice things in there. But again, I think that the 6-year-olds will survive. I think that they've obviously stuck around for this long. They probably won't want to leave now. But I still am concerned that by making this show more in-depth and quote-unquote mature and stuff like that, it's not mature. It's just definitely going down a much more in-depth route that they may lose the 6-year-olds. And I think I've said enough on that, so, But the other thing that they're clearly doing is that they're, in a way, pushing the emphasis away from the main 6. At the end of this episode, the main 6 no longer have the elements of harmony, and in a way, are not quite so important as they once were. I mean, it would be an interesting thing of, how are the main 6 viewed through the rest of Equestria? Are they these great big heroes, or do people not know who they are and stuff like that? I mean, they've saved Equestria on multiple occasions. They've gotten stained glass windows and the Canterlot Palace, so I'd assume that they're actually fairly well known and stuff. But now that they're no longer the element bearers, they're just, 6 ponies, with the exception of Twilight, who's still a princess and all that. It'd be interesting to see, will that change? But anyway, yes, they're clearly pushing the emphasis away from the main 6. The main 6, in a way, really don't have that much to do in this episode. It's really, in a way, more about Twilight and Celestia, Luda, and some of the other characters as well, and stuff like that. And Discord, there was a lot with Discord in this episode, so it's pretty obvious to me that they're simply pushing the emphasis away from the main 6, and they're trying to push it to a lot of the other characters. I think the biggest thing of this is the picture in the opening. For the last 3 seasons, it's been a picture of the main 6, but now it's a picture of essentially all the major characters in Ponyville. So,
And not to mention Luda is also in the opening as well and stuff like that. So they're clearly trying to expand this to other characters and stuff like that and not have it be so much about the main six. So, what does this have to do with the box? Well, if you were listening to the promo at the end of the credit, they say that this could ultimately affect the destiny of Ponyville forever. My theory of what's in the box is that it may not necessarily be, a new 6 elements of harmony, that maybe it's something else. Maybe it's some kind of thing, maybe community spirit or something, that it's going to be something that's going to transform Ponyville and not the main 6 or anything like that. That maybe Ponyville will have to get involved in unlocking this box, so that maybe whatever's in this box is going to transform Ponyville into something more. Maybe it'll turn it into another Canterlot. Maybe there'll be a big castle there, or I don't know, or maybe Ponyville will in a way be the element bearers, that they'll be like the spirit of community or something like that. Or though I don't know. I mean, there's obviously a lot of possibilities to this because we don't know any information. Obviously, it came from the Tree of Harmony, so it's safe to assume that it's going to be something to do with harmony or something like that, or togetherness and love, friendship, and stuff like that. I mean, that's most likely what's going to be in the box. But the question is, who is it for? I think it's for Ponyville and not the main 6, because it just seems to be that they're just simply pushing for a larger picture, a bigger picture than these 6 ponies and stuff like that. And again, another minor thing, well, it's not a minor thing, it's a major thing, that there may not be any more letters to Celestia. There may not, in a way, be any more friendship lessons, because in theory, that part's done. The first 3 seasons were, in a way, learning and mastering friendship, and now we're moving on to something else. What that something is, I'm not quite certain right now, because it's only been the first episode. It's not clear. There probably will be, friendship lessons and stuff like that. I doubt there'll be letters to Celestia, because it would seem odd to me that Princess Twilight would write Celestia a letter about friendship, particularly because Celestia flat says that Twilight is no longer her student. So, in a way, that doesn't seem to be appropriate anymore, and stuff like that. But I do like where the show is going. I do like learning about other characters and more things. And certainly the Royal Guard and stuff like that. That was cool. And it is good to have other characters getting involved and stuff like that. And that's cool. But I can't help but be concerned as, are we going to lose the 6-year-olds? I think the answer to the question is probably no. I think I'm just simply overreacting on that. I mean, My Little Pony has always been able to get this balance between, in-depth and adult and children, programming and stuff like that. They've been able to get that balance and do it fairly well. So I think they'll succeed that. But they definitely are running a risk here. And this will definitely be a make or break season for them. But I predict awesomeness one way or the other. And looking forward to seeing more and definitely making more videos about what's in the box. I must admit, as a programmer, I really, really hate trying to analyze things with minimum information. Because, unfortunately, it's what I pretty much do for a living. But I will definitely have a lot more to say about what's in the box as we learn more about it and stuff like that. So anyway, that is the end of my video on the new direction of My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic. This is Blue Star. Stay strong and pony on. Blue Star out.